Ladies and gentlemen, what did we witness at SummerSlam? I can tell you that what we just witnessed at SummerSlam, that no one in the wrestling community did not predict that Roman Reigns was going to return at SummerSlam tonight. The ending was fantastic, cinematic, and it was great at the same time. But no one in the wrestling community did not predict this. So I got to give Sammy Talks credit where credit's due. So Sammy Talks, if you watch this video, shout outs to you, my friend, for saying that on Twitter, because I agree with you. Let's talk about, like, Asuka versus Sasha Banks. They tore the house down. But I'll get to that in just a moment. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is Big Boy John 25. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, leave a like on this video. Share the video all over social media. And I'm going to do my WWE SummerSlam review and highlight. So let's get started. This pay-per-view itself was way better. This SummerSlam pay-per-view was way better than last year's SummerSlam pay-per-view. So I got the right to say that. The panel leads us to a video package on Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville feud. The panel is split on who will win. We see Rey Mysterio and his wife arriving with Dominic Mysterio. We go to another promo. Backstage from the break, we get hyped and discuss for tonight's women's title matches. Shayna Baszler interrupts the panel. She makes it known she wants the next title shot. We get a video package on Retribution next. The panel talks more about Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins before sending us to the ring. WWE United States title match, Apollo Crews versus MVP. This match itself was decent. It was just a decent match. So the winner of the match and still your United States champion, Apollo Crews. So we all knew that Apollo Crews was going to beat MVP to retain the United States championship. Alright, let me move on. After the match, Crews stands tall as the music hits. MVP and Lashley rush the ring, but Apollo Crews avoids a beatdown and retreats to the ramp with the title. We go back to the panel and they talk about Renee Young leaving the company. We see Asuka backstage walking, and that is it for the kickoff. The 2020 WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view opens up with a video package where live from the Thunderdome at Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, as the power goes off. Fans are shown on the LED boards. So finally, we heard the crowd on the LED board. Finally. Alright, the SmackDown Women's title match, Asuka versus Bayley. Where everybody knew that Asuka was not going to beat Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Champion. So this match itself was pretty good. It says we go right to the ring as Michael Cole welcomes us. He joins by Corey Graves. Asuka makes her way out first. Out next are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley with Raw Women's Champion Sasha Banks. They pose on the ramp together as the power goes off. Bayley hits the ring and Banks waits at ringside. We get a formal ring introductions from Greg Hamilton. Asuka with some hard-hitting offense early on. Asuka drop kicks Bayley. Asuka goes on and catches a kick, but can't hit a suplex as Bayley resists. Asuka takes Bayley to the mat for a submission, but Bayley gets her foot on the bottom rope. Asuka dominates and ends up sending Bayley to the floor with a hip attack. Asuka goes out and leaps from the steel ring steps with a big DDT on the floor. Sasha Banks is shocked. Asuka brings it back in for a 2 count. Bayley turns it around and works Asuka over. Bayley with a suplex into a 2 count. Bayley keeps Asuka down and drops an elbow for a 2 count. Asuka takes strikes and comes back with kicks. Bayley with a belly to belly suplex for a close 2 count. Sasha Banks can't believe it. Asuka miles some offense for a 2 count. Asuka with a big kick to lead to the head out of nowhere. But they both are down. Then they get up and Asuka unloads. Asuka with a hip attack in the corner and a big knee to the face. Asuka with a German suplex now. Asuka waits and delivers another hip attack as Bayley gets back up. They fall on the apron now. Bayley ends up ends up driving Asuka knee first into the apron. Asuka falls to the floor and Banks taunts her. Bayley brings it back in the ring and Charles blocks the knee for a 2 count. Bayley with a leg submission now. Asuka looks to make a comeback, but Bayley elbows her. Asuka charges and hits a cold breaker for a close 2 count in the middle of the ring. Asuka climbs up but has to fight Bayley off. Asuka flies but Bayley catches her in midair, taking her down into the knee bar. Asuka gets free, but Bayley charges and hits a sunset bomb onto the turnbuckle. That was a brutal spot by Asuka. Bayley goes to the top for the flying elbow, but Asuka catches her with an armbar on the way down. Asuka stops the hold to kick and screaming Banks back into the barrier from the apron. Asuka and Bayley brawl on the floor now. Asuka brings it back but has to kick Banks away again. Bayley rolls Asuka for 2. Asuka kicks her in the gut. Banks gets on the apron but Asuka charges and knocks her off when Bayley moves out of the way. Bayley takes advantage and rolls Asuka for the win. The winner of the match and still your SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. Alright. After the bell, the music hits, but Banks immediately rushes the ring and unloads on Asuka while she's down. They double team Asuka and drive her into the mat. Bayley exits the ring with the title and kicks at some of virtual fans at ringside. We go to replay. A furious Asuka recovers in the ring as the Golden Role Models turn her from the ramp. Long as you give me Naomi versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Payback, I won't complain. Alright, back from the break, Dominic Mysterio is backstage with his parents. He speaks in Spanish to his mother, kisses her, and she walks off. Dominic tells his dad, Rey Mysterio, he appreciates him being in his corner, but this fight, and Rey interrupts and knows where Dominic is going with his. Dominic says he has to handle this on his own and protect their family. He asks for Rey's word that he will not get involved. Rey says it's hard, but he gives his word. They embrace. Tom Phillips and Samoa Joe. It says Tom Phillips and Samoa Joe and Byron Saxton are at ringside now. We also get a video look at Retribution. Kevin Owens is out next to join the announcers for commentator. The Raw Tag Team title match: Andrade and Angel Garza versus the Street Profits. This match was not that bad. It was not that bad, but we all knew that the Street Profits was going to retain the Raw Tag Team Champions. Looks like the Selena Vega stable is going to be breaking up. So, anyway, after the match, the Street Profits celebrates as the music hits and we go to replay. There's some tensions between the heels. Owens leaves the announcer table and says Aleister Black is invited to appear on the Kevin Owens show on Raw. We get a promo for WWE Payback. The announcers lead us to a video for the next match. No disqualification, loser leaves WWE. Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose. This match itself was terrible, but I appreciate Mandy Rose picking up the win. So we're gonna get Sonya Deville returning at the Royal Rumble. So that's all I gotta say from there. So it says the winner of the match, Mandy Rose. It says after the match, the music hits as Rose celebrates. Deville must leave WWE. Deville rolls to the floor and is shocked. Deville throws a bit of a fit and the announcer table. Otis runs down with his Money in the Bank briefcase to celebrate in the ring with Rose. Rose tries to do the caterpillar as Otis looks on. We get a promo for the next match. Street fight. Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. Dominic brought the fight against Seth Rollins. This match was good. This match was good. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. It says the winner of the match, Seth Rollins. Alright. After the match, Seth Rollins stands tall with Murphy as the music hits. Ray is still reaching for Dominic, but the cuffs has him attached to the ropes as the referee checks on Dominic. Now, Rollins exits the ring as we go to replay. Rollins and Dominic watch from the stage as Ray is spread to check on his son. Ray talks to his son and they hug. Raw Women's title match, Asuka versus Sasha Banks. This match was fantastic. They both tore the house down. I like that. So it says the winner of the match and your new Raw Women's Champion, Asuka. This match was fantastic and they both tore the house down. After the match, Asuka takes the title and celebrates as her music hits. Banks sits up and she looks confused, angry. Bayley comes in to apologize, but Banks stares her over at her and then backs at Asuka. Asuka makes her exit with the title. We get a promo for tonight's WWE title match. WWE title match, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. This match was good too. We already knew that Drew McIntyre was going to retain the WWE title. This is the 4th pay-per-view in a row that the WWE title has not main event at SummerSlam. So it is what it's from there. So it says the winner of the match and still your WWE champion, Drew McIntyre. After the match, Orton and McIntyre are both stunned. Orton goes right to the floor and sits against the barrier, stunned at the loss. Drew recovers and takes the WWE title. He says this isn't his title or Orton's title. This is everybody's. Drew stands tall with the title as his music hits. He has a few more words for Orton before going to the corner to pose. Orton looks on from the floor. Drew stands tall in the ring once again, yelling out another message to Orton. Drew kisses the belt and then ends the segment. We get a promo from Keith Lee, who is coming to Raw tomorrow night. Now that itself, I'm going to give it a chance. That Keith Lee is going to Monday Night Raw, I will give that a chance. So we also get a promo for WWE Payback next Sunday. Michael Cole and Graves lead us to a promo for tonight's main event. Falls Count Anywhere match for the Universal title. The Fiend versus Bray Wyatt. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman. This match itself was not that good, but I do love the outcome that the Fiend took the SmackDown, the WWE Universal title away from Braun Strowman. I'm so happy about that. I'm happy about it. So it says, alright, here we go. Let me read from the beginning, because I was just scrolling down to see who won. But anyway, we go back to the ring, and unique entrance of the Fiend Bray Wyatt begins. This entrance of the Fiend Bray Wyatt, I loved it. It was long, but I loved it. The Fiend hits the ring and awaits in the corner. Out next comes the Universal Champion Braun Strowman. The bell rings and Strowman charges back and backing Fiend into the corner and putting him down. Fiend just laughs at Strowman and backs off. The Fiend attacks and beats on Strowman. Fiend ducks a swinging and nails a urinagi. The Fiend tries to snap Strowman's neck, and again Strowman goes out and Fiend stalks him, clubbing him. Fiend laughs some more, and he goes under the ring and brings the toolbox out. Strowman turns around and the Fiend decks him with it. Fiend hits it again and laughs. Fiend tosses the toolbox and it pops open. Fiend takes the top off the announcer table, but Strowman fights him off. Strowman headbutts Fiend. Strowman charges and piles Fiend right through the barrier into the Timekeeper's arena. Strowman is right up. Strowman clears some of the announcer table but turns it around to Fiend on his feet. They brawl. Strowman chokeslam Fiend into the edge of the announcer table. It buggles. Fiend goes down in pain and the referee checks on him. Fiend is right back up, but Strowman stays on him. Strowman grabs half of the steel ring steps and drops them into the Fiend's head, sending him down. Strowman stands over Fiend and stares at him. Strowman brings it back into the ring and charges with a big splash in the corner. Strowman scoops Fiend for a power slam, but the Fiend kicks out. Strowman can't believe it. Fiend rolls to the floor and Strowman follows. Strowman sends Fiend into the burial. Strowman shoves Fiend up the ramp and kicks him. Strowman sends Fiend into the big LED screen on the stage. Strowman kicks the Fiend around and taunts him. Strowman takes Fiend back into the gorilla position now. Fiend turns it around and sends him into the wall and chairs. And then another wall. Fiend drops Strowman in gorilla with a Sister Abigail, but Strowman kicks out at 2. Fiend grudges at Strowman's eyes while he's down now. The Fiend brings Strowman back out to the stage and drives him into the LED screen. The Fiend slithers over to Strowman, who has cut on the top of his head now. Fiend continues to beat Strowman around the stage. Fiend brings Strowman back to ringside area and keeps control. Fiend rocks Strowman in the mouth and applies the mandible claw, but Strowman resists. They get to their feet and Strowman shoves the Fiend back into the apron to the mandible, then the mandible. Alright, Strowman with a hug clubbing form to the chest, dropping Fiend at ringside for a 2 count. Strowman brings it back in the ring for a second power slam stalls some. Strowman hits it in the middle of the ring for a close 2 count in the middle of the ring. Strowman pounds on Strowman, and while he's down, screaming in his face, Strowman goes back out to the open toolbox and grabs a box cutter. Strowman brings the box cutter back into the ring. Strowman starts slicing the mat up, pulling away and exposing the wood. The Fiend gets up and drives Strowman onto the wood with the U-range, then a Sister Abigail. Fiend with another Sister Abigail on the exposed wood. Fiend covers for the pin to win the title. The winner and your new Universal Champion, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. I'm happy that the Fiend is your new Universal Champion. Alright, after the match, the Fiend stands tall with the title. As the music hits, the Fiend is suddenly attacked by someone from behind. It's the returning Romen Reigns. Reigns takes Fiend out with a spear. Reigns unloads and then hits a spear on Strowman at ringside. Reigns yells that he made Strowman, and Strowman isn't a monster unless he's here. Roman Reigns grabs a steel chair and unloads on Strowman at ringside, over and over with a chair shot while he's down. Roman Reigns returns to the ring and takes the Fiend out with another spear. Reigns picks up the title up and toss trash at the Fiend while he's on the mat. Reigns raised the Universal title in the air. As the SummerSlam goes off the air. No one in the wrestling community saw this coming. The ending was great. The ending was great, and I enjoyed it for what it was. This SummerSlam was way better than last year's SummerSlam. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to give this SummerSlam a 7 out of 10. And that's all I got to say from here. And Sasha Banks and Asuka tore the house down. Roman Reigns returns, which is no one did not see it coming. No one. And no one predicted that Roman Reigns was going to return to SummerSlam. No one predicted, so no one did not see it coming. And I'm also happy that the Fiend took the title away from Braun Strowman. Thank God. As long as they give us Naomi versus Bayley at WWE Payback, I won't complain. Keith Lee's going to Monday Night Raw, and Roman Reigns is here. Roman Reigns is here for only one thing, and that's the Universal title. But I do love Roman Reigns' shirt. It says, "Rack everyone, leave." Then Dominic versus Seth Rollins. That match was good, and we already knew that Asuka was not going to win the SmackDown Women's title, but we already knew that Asuka was going to win the Raw Women's Champion. So we all knew that. So that's all I got to say from there. And we already knew that Apollo Crews was going to be MVP for the United States title, and then we all knew that Mandy Rose was going to beat Sonya Deville, that match itself was terrible, but great win by Mandy Rose. I gotta give credit what credit's due. I already said how I feel about SummerSlam. SummerSlam itself was not a bad pay-per-view. this SummerSlam was way better than last year's SummerSlam. So I gotta give WWE credit where credit's due. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE SummerSlam review and highlights, drop a like on this video, share the video. Let me know down below what you guys think of SummerSlam. And I will see you guys tomorrow on my WWE review and highlights. Big Boy John 25, and I'm out of here.